Chairman, members of the Commission. I don't plan to take more than 10 minutes, so I appreciate the opportunity. As Mary Alice has indicated, that the authority is beginning to look at wait. I need to talk about it, Gene?
No, I get you.
Hearing aids.
I know what they are.
Tell me one more.
Move the microphone so you can talk.
Is that better? Yeah. Does that help? Help y'all? We're beginning to look at the water supply issue for the county. That's the first place we need to go, and to increase the supply. Monticello is looking at improving its supply. We're all looking at what we can do. As many of you know, one of the areas that has been dominant in our looking is down in the Cedar Creek area, southeast of the city of Monticello. It's an area of geology that is very attractive in terms of larger supply wells of good, high-quality drinking water. Very little treatment needs to go in the north end of the county, or indeed some of the wells in and around where the water plant is that supplies into the city of Monticello treatment system have high contaminants of iron and manganese need to be treated. The waters in the areas of the Feldspar area we don't really require anything other than dechlorinate and fluoride to make it a good, safe drinking water supply source. We're beginning to, as many of you know, we've been having difficulties in obtaining options from property owners in areas where the geology is very favorable for drinking water. We seem to be getting some indication that there are some property owners now that are willing to work with us to have an option to allow us to come onto their property and to drill some test wells. We've been talking to the RCAP, which is the program that the chairman just indicated, and some of the people at the Georgia Environmental Finance Authority, GEFA, in terms of being able to go out there and take a first step of determining the potential for good, high-quality drinking water that can come into the city of Monticello and can be wheeled through the Monticello system out into areas into the north and into the county, which are probably going to be changing over the next 5, 10, 15 years. You all are a member of the Joint Development Authority. Taxpayers come in. That's $1 billion investment. You are a 10% recipient of the taxes that be generated off of that. And as the abatements increase or decrease over time, you'll begin to see a larger and larger tax base. But in the north end of the county, you'll also see that there's going to be probably a likelihood of an increased residential presence coming in. And so we need to be able to now identify sources to be able to meet long-term needs before those sources disappear or become unavailable to us for some reasons. Don't intend to go up there right now and run water lines all over the place, but we do need to know that when we have a supply, that we can fill those lines and commit to the development, whether it be industrial, whether it be commercial, or residential, going forward. So we're beginning to work on that, working with state people, working with RCAP, which is basically attached to the Department of Agriculture, that will make water available at a very affordable rate, low operating costs, and of high drinking water quality. We'll take the first steps first, getting the test wells done, exercising options to purchase those sites, and then sit on those sites so that when the time comes, we can put the pipes in, bring it into Monticello, take it up into the county. So we're looking at a staged approach of going forward from this time. We just want you to know that we're working on your behalf to make water available throughout the county at a reasonable cost using the resources that you have here in the county. So I'd be happy to respond to any questions that you might have regarding where we are in the planning process going forward. But we want to be able to be on ready so that it's harder to fill supplies than it is to put pipes in the ground. So we want to get the more difficult task done at a reasonable price. Drilling test wells is not expensive. developing them and putting them into production is a little bit higher. We don't plan to go there at this time, but to develop the test wells, know what we can do so we can go forward.
Are there funds available through the Rural Commission that you guys are dealing with for the test wells?
Yeah, all the programs that we're looking at are basically loan programs. But that there can be grants, there are community development block grants if you want to go there. There's funding, funds are available. In today's market, in terms of going forward, there's a lot of money out there to help people, local governments go forward. Most of it is in the form of loan money rather than grant money, but very favorable loan rates and terms are available. The Georgia Fund through JCWSA, for instance, just recently lowered their interest rates from 2.8% to 1.4% and extending the terms from 20 years to 30 years. So that means the cash flow that is required to meet your loan obligations through JCWSA are being significantly reduced. So people are trying to put money available out into areas to have people ready to go, so when the economy starts recovering, and we're seeing some signs of that. As most of you know, I live in Social Circle. We're beginning to see people kicking tires associated with Baxter and the Stanton Springs project. So, that's going to be a couple of years before it comes online. There are people looking around as to what they can do. People are moving into the area right now that are going to be Baxter people. So we're beginning to see a change. And basically, when somebody of Baxter's significance and importance in this global economy comes in and says, this is a place I'm willing to invest $1 billion, they put you on a radar screen that did not exist prior to this time.
Any other questions?
Just a comment. I'm glad that you're getting some willing participants with the City of Creek, because I know before that we've heard that some resistance in that area. So I'm glad that that is that, because I'm not for forcing somebody to do something on their land that they shouldn't. So thank you.
See, later in the agenda you have an appointment to be made to the authority, and that person's been working on that issue.
I know we would all be interested in maybe a breakdown on what grants or funding are available and how you guys plan to proceed.
Be more than happy to provide that to you going forward.
Right.
We'll do that through the authority, have the authority look at it, review it, and as they have say amen over it, we'll send it on to y'all for your consideration. Mark?